We created a report this year that we called a grade distribution report. It was a report that we've had before. It was very specific to a specific office. And so a college might say, we need to know our grade distribution for this specific course. And so they would just look at the grade distribution, say we have this many A's, this many B's, this many C's, and they might look at it over time. But what we weren't able to do is look at the whole picture, look at the whole picture of how grading was done at our institution. Were we having more A's given, more B's earned, more C's earned, more D's, where people were drawing in rates that we didn't really look at because we were only doing that on a case-by-case basis. And so this year we created a report that looked over the past 4 years at grade distribution and looked at the change of those grades. And it really changed the way that our faculty think about grade distribution. They thought it was punitive. And it's not punitive. It's really a way to see, okay, are things that we're changing in the curriculum making students more successful? And so they can see those, or we can look at those things over time now in very detailed level or very macro level and look at the whole university. And so that grade distribution report came out just a few weeks ago for our campus, and it's already changed the way some of the faculty members are talking about how they teach. They can show that, oh my gosh, 2 years ago, my grade distribution was 80% A's, B's, and C's, and then it was 20% failures. Now it's 30% failures. What happened? Did the student body change? Were the people coming into our class different? Did my teaching change? Was something going on with me that semester? And so those are all things, that are questions that we can answer now or thinking about that we never were before. Before we were just saying we had an 80% success rate and a 20% failure rate. Now we can say we have an 80% failure rate and we know why. We know why those 80% people are succeeding, and we know why the 20% are failing. We've also looked at things like classroom utilization, just how we use our space. As a state institution, resources are really important for us, and the dwindling resources that we have. And so we want to make sure that we are using everything to our disposal in the best way. And so we were able to use SAS to modify a process that we've been doing for years, a very manual process, and a process actually we hadn't updated in 5 or 6 years just because it was so manual, where we would go in and we had someone that would sit down and make check marks in a spreadsheet to determine when classes were being used, how many people were in a specific time slot across campus. So we do a lot of research on, okay, our student growth in this major, our student growth overall, the changes in the curriculum, those kind of things. But then we started saying, really, do we need another building to do that? Could we just use the buildings we have better? And so this process saved us time in not doing this research that we didn't really need to do in the growth of a campus and the growth of a program. We could really just focus on what we already had. How could we use the resources we had better? And so it just really changed how we talk about our space utilization and our seat utilization. And so it's really helped us kind of think about problems in a new way and solve those problems in a new way, just because it's just easier.